Yeah, well, I mean, the Daily Ledger was born as well because I got sober in 2018, and that's when I went to GrowthCon, and I was able to hear from all kinds of really cool speakers and get a new point of view. And Grant Cardone put that conference on, and I heard that, you know, I was brand new to sobriety. I was in Vegas, I mean, I would have never, ever made it to that conference if I was still drinking. So I had an epiphany that first night being there that I needed to change the business. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that, you know, Grant was very open about his struggle with drugs, with alcohol. And, you know, it made me feel okay to be talking about it. And he always talked about writing his goals down twice a day. Like, I heard him talking about it, and through 18, I read the 10X rule. I kept up with them, stayed in contact with the organization, Cardone. And in 2019, I ended up breaking up with my business partner, and that's probably one of the hardest things that I've ever been through. We had about 42 people in our company, and when I broke up, you know, with that partnership, I mean, it affected way more than I ever thought that it would. And recovering from that and overcoming that and losing the relationships that I lost and losing the friendships that I lost and the partnerships outside of that partnership that I lost during that time caused me in November of 2019 to just start writing my goals down twice a day. I was like, this is what Grant said was the thing to do. The separator of those that are successful and not successful. Even though I'd never seen him write down his goals, he always talked about it. I was like, I'm going to be the guy that shows people that writing down your goals. Like, I'm literally going to show people that I'm doing this and make it a part of my system because I believe that it works, because he says that it does. And, you know, it seemed to work for him. And that's when I started writing down my goals every day. And that's the beginning of the Daily Ledger. That's the most critical part of the Daily Ledger, is writing your goals down twice a day. Now, that's evolved into writing down what you're grateful for, writing down what your goal for the day is, writing down targets for the day, which are confirmations that our goals are possible, short-term confirmations that our goals are possible. That's what a target is. And writing down what would make today great. And then also that's evolved into people that I pray for. I write down our core leadership team. I write down my family's names. And as I was writing down the names of those people, it is unbelievable what happens. And I don't say a long prayer for them. I just write down their name. But it's unbelievable what happens when I start to write those people's names down, how the relationship changes. And so I just keep adding to the system. Every single day I've started writing down scripture that I memorize each week. So it just keeps evolving into this system that changes me on a daily basis. And the more that I focus on changing me, it's amazing what happens to the people around me. They don't necessarily change, but my perspective changes with them, which is now starting to evolve into building some amazing relationship capital with those individuals.